Tom Clark's Main Event is a Boink Studios production. And now, on with the show.
This is Daddy's show. Step off.
Come on, won't you say it loud? Ayo, we gon' turn this out. Tom Clark's Main Event.
Hey, what's up, kids? Welcome back to the program. Tom Clark back here with you yet again on another Friday. How am I looking? Am I looking all right? I have felt like death warmed over in the past 3 weeks, my friends, let me tell you. Let's go on a journey of Tom's sickness today. Let's don't. Full of over-the-counter medication and NyQuil. Enough NyQuil to drown a small city, okay? Your boy doesn't drink. I've been straight edge my entire life. Never had booze, never had drugs or a cigarette or any of that crap. But not to brag, I've had my fair share of NyQuil. And let me tell you what happens when you take a straight edge dude and put NyQuil in the system. Out. I mean, I lose chunks of time. You know what I mean? It's like, what was the old Dave Attell bit about Jaeger? You know what I mean? Where you just black out, right? I'm telling you, I'm such a child. I'm a featherweight, a lightweight. I'm nothing. I weigh 2 pounds when NyQuil hits my side. I'm out. You know what I mean? I'm not even playing. I'm gone. It's laughable. I know. If anyone enjoys the occasional alcoholic beverage, they would laugh for days watching me go, didn't he take that like an hour ago? He hasn't moved at all. Is he dead? That's me, man. That's me. Again, we're just going to talk about Tom's sickness here today. I hope you guys are okay with that. It's Friday. This is episode 400, and I'm feeling awesome. I'm not, but I'm feeling better than I was. And once the adrenaline wears off, I'll feel like crap again. But you know what? It's okay, because right now we got a show to get to, and I'm so glad that you guys are here with us. You guys are the best. Listen, kids, it is episode 400. I won't waste a lot of time. We got a bunch of people on deck to come in here today and hang out with us and talk AEW and some other stuff. Really quick before we kick this thing off, I just want to thank everybody for sticking with us through these past 11 years. It's been a long ride. Episode 400 sounds big, and it's big, I feel. But when you consider I've been doing this since 2014, it's not so big because you do the math, and it's not really that many episodes per year, if we're being honest, because some years I was lighter than others, yeah. So, while it's still an accomplishment, it's not Marin level of accomplishment, okay? That dude ended with 1,600 something. So, yeah, I'm a little ways off from that. But, again, thanks, everybody, for joining us live and after the fact to check out episode 400. And, again, we always appreciate all your support. It means loads to us. E was the first one to the table for episode 400. So, I appreciate you hanging out with us, my friend. David Down Under is here. Josh is here. Good to see you, my friend. JP is here. I appreciate you. And so look, kids, if you will, as we get started here today, smash the like button for me and share this wherever you can. It would mean loads to me. Let's bring on our assorted podcast hosts, of which there are plenty. Okay. And we'll get them all going here. First off, we'll get it. If I say everyone's shows is going to be here forever, but it's fine. Joining us first is Christopher A. Patton. You know him from Assorted Podcast, which we'll get to here in a moment. We've also got Mr. Joe is here today. What's up, Mr. Higgens is here. Ray All Day is here.
What's up?
We've also got Marie and Alora. There we go. See, that's how you make an entrance. I wish
I tried to do the fake. Oh, you're here. Sort of thing.
Hey, listen, everybody. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I appreciate you guys very much. Everybody you see on your screen before you're here today, kids, is a great friend of the show and my other podcasts as well. And some of these folks I've podcasted with a bunch, okay? And probably going to do it a bunch more. And it's always a pleasure to have you guys with me and to be on your shows as well. And I appreciate you all very much. Let's go around the horn, Chris. Chris Patton, start us off. Tell us who you are and what shows you have and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm Chris Patton, formerly from Wrestling Geeks Alliance. Also, current shows Bachman's Basement and the Patton Report, all available to you on Boink Studios.
Shameless plug. I like it. Joe Higgens, Jiggins, what you got?
I'm Joe. I do a podcast called Damn It Bacon about wrestling and, well, very little about wrestling and mostly about nonsense. I also do a podcast called Repeat or Delete about terrible television shows, and I do 2 podcasts also with Tom. Not that this isn't nepotism. Bear Mode about the bear, and the fantastic Two Nations Under Ted about the fantastically brilliant Ted Lasso TV series.
On the family, baby. Ray, welcome
Yes,
back to
sir.
the show.
Oh, what's up, brother?
Hey.
You could check me out Mondays on Ray Sports and Slams, part of the Boink Studios family. It's a sports and heavy induced show, basketball, baseball, football, all of the above. And on Tuesdays, my partner in crime, Majestic Marie, we do a show called The Tailgate Party, where we talk about AEW wrestling and, more importantly, Adam Cole.
And Eddie Kingston.
Oh, and Eddie Kingston, too. I'm sorry. Yeah, Eddie
Get that
Kingston and
in.
Adam Cole.
Marie, let's go to you.
Yes, I'm on Wednesday afternoons with Ray, right before Dynamite comes on at 4:45 p.m. Eastern. And I'm also with the girl to my left, Miss Alora Preslee. And we have a channel called Peaches and Power Bombs, which also hosts Tailgate Party. And we try to get on when we can. We don't have a set schedule right now just because, you know, her schedule and my schedule are just crazy right now. But we try to do it once a week. So make sure that you check out Peaches and Power Bombs and look for the updates when we come live.
Very cool. Alora, you just going to let her talk for you? Is that what's going to happen?
It's okay. Alora from Peaches and Power Bombs. I'm glad to be here. Tom, up above me here, I think has had a hand in all of us doing this, changing our lives, and we're just so blessed to have you and share the love of wrestling with you.
See, Alora was specifically told before we went live, please don't shower me with compliments. I told everybody, and there she went and done it.
No,
but I appreciate it.
You said like
I'm a rule
400 isn't a big milestone, but 400 is a big milestone. Like, don't compare yourself to Marin
Yes, it
because
is.
that was his job. Like,
That's
he did
fair.
that every day. This is a hobby.
fair.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
400's huge.
that's
Yeah.
fair. I appreciate
500, but you know.
it. you got to keep me grounded. 400's great, Tom.
The compliment
It ain't
sandwich.
500. Yeah, it's compliment sandwich. Yeah. Well, all right, guys. I appreciate y'all very much. Let's go ahead and get to it. I want to start off, and we may spend a sizable portion of this episode talking about blood and guts. And I don't want to taint people's opinions, but the critics, they be talking, and they're always loud. I mean, if AEW, if the guy running concessions drops popcorn, it makes Twitter. So, you know, whatever this company does, people hate it because people are weird. Chris, let's go back around the horn. I know you just watched it today. What's your thoughts about this show?
So yeah, you let me know at 2:00 that we were going to do this. So we, as someone who's been reading a lot of Stephen King, I had to play a bit of catch up on the AEW here. Yeah, I thought it was an enjoyable show. I'm usually the hardest critic of these blood and guts style hardcore matches. But with the two that were on this show, I thought there was some great storytelling, which is usually the problem I have with these matches. So overall, I thought it was a really great show, and it was really fun seeing Ricky the Dragon pop up. I didn't find anything to complain about on this show. I kind of liked all the segments, so it's a rarity for me when we talk about AEW. Actually,
Awesome. Joe, what do you think?
It was cracking, wasn't it? Like, I love blood and guts at the best of times anyway, but the fact that we got two matches and we got the women coming out, and I genuinely, I think, stealing the show because
Yes.
I've seen things in that match that I've never seen before in a blood and guts or a war games match or that kind of match before, and I genuinely like, oh yeah, why has no one ever done that? And I forget that most wrestling men are huge triangular shaped monsters. But yeah, no, a fantastic show. Also, not to take away from the Hobbs and Hangman Falls Count Anywhere match, which had some of the grottiest things I've seen.
For sure. Ray, what you got, buddy?
Oh my God! First, I wanted to congratulate you on your 400th show, bro.
Thanks,
It's
man.
crazy. Good for you, man.
Thanks,
Kudos
man.
to you. I loved it. I thought it was actually really good. The women stole the show. Sky Blue is a beast. And man, if she didn't need a blood transfusion after that, I don't know.
Man.
Man.
Do you think
Wow.
Roddy was like, oh, I'm going to have to bleed more now?
I was like, wow. Moxley was like, I'm jealous.
That blade job was, yeah.
how much aspirin do you think she popped before the match? You know, get it running a little thinner.
Many.
Pull the old
Yeah,
NWA
there's-
trick on the world.
Their old NWA trick. Aspirin, because it thins your blood, of course. Drinking a beer, which I don't know how many wrestlers are doing that these days because it thins your blood. And then, of course, when you make the cut, you hold your breath for a second, and then, like, as long as you can, and then breathe because it causes it to go faster. There's all these different things you can do. Yeah, good call.
I just think she cut too deep.
I think she went too deep as well.
Yeah, that's also a possibility.
Yeah.
That'll also do it.
Yeah.
I don't think it was the amount of aspirin, as many bottles of aspirin.
That's fair. Yeah. Marie, I know sometimes a lot of the blood and gut stuff literally is not your thing either. But what did you think about the show overall?
It's not. Overall, it was a lot of fun. I really appreciate it because a lot of times with AEW, they just do things just to do them sometimes, and it just gets a little monotonous. And I'm like, okay, there's no reason for this. Why are you bleeding in a random match that you have never had any, conflict with before? John Moxley has a bad habit of doing that. But these matches actually had a call for it. And there was a lot of storytelling in both of the blood and guts matches. And of course, my favorite part is always going to be when Eddie Kingston comes out and he hits himself over the head with a chair. But, that's him. So it was all good. It was all good. I enjoyed every minute of it.
Yeah, same. Laura, what? Same thoughts? Similar? What you got?
Yeah, I echo pretty much everybody else. The women, this was their first blood and guts match, and they absolutely knocked it out of the park. They made me mad at the end, which that just means they did a hellacious job. I thought it was the things that they did was all, things that we're not used to seeing and thinking outside the box. I really thought it was well done. Hangman Page and Powerhouse Hobbs. Has anybody checked on Powerhouse Hobbs? Because but I thought that was good. I thought that was really good. And Hangman always just brings it no matter what. And then of course the men's blood and guts was I think it told a story as well. We're seeing that John Moxley is becoming the weakest link. And so we're starting to see a little bit, maybe a little bit of dissension or a character change in John Moxley, because he didn't come out last. Pac did. And usually John Moxley saves himself for last. And the commentators really made an emphasis on that. So I think we're seeing some sort of character change in terms of his mindset. Why did he do that? Why did he tap at the end? I'm just like 100% hyped that Kyle O'Reilly got the win, because I love Kyle O'Reilly. So that made me very happy.
Not to shoot to the end already of the show, because I was going to make this point way later. I think that's it for the Death Riders. I don't mean next Wednesday they implode, but I think John's on his way out. They're going to turn on him.
It's the fall of the God King,
Yeah, everybody that predicted that to me, whenever they said it, I'm like, it's interesting, but I don't know. Now I know. Like, you can't tap out twice when your name is John Moxley. You cannot do it.
No.
And
when you're in a group called the Death Riders, you're not allowed to tap out.
Yes.
You should be riding death around like a little donkey.
They've done a great job of planning. They've done a great job of planting those seeds, right? And Kyle O'Reilly getting the win here was incredible.
Yeah.
But as it was kind of hit on a little bit earlier with Pac, he's the one that was finally able to take out Orange Cassidy, or not Orange Cassidy, but skateboard kid. What's his name?
Darby.
Yeah, there we go. He was the one that was able to take out Darby. I mean, he press slammed him through off the entrance ramp through fire tables. While he watches on as Moxley taps once again. I mean, I think that was good storytelling.
Yes.
Which is why I kind of forgive some of the stuff I don't like about these kind of matches. If you can tell me a good story, I can get over the hardcore elements. That's the key.
Yes.
I think too, like with the whole thing with the Death Riders, you would expect somebody like Wheeler Yuta to be pinned, to tap out right away, even though I love Wheeler Yuta, but the fact that is the head of the whole group, I think it just means so much more. I think
the man that came in fourth,
right,
second freshest in there. You think you had gone through hell, everyone else, and Mox was just falking everyone left, right, and center. All right.
Talk about Darby Allin. How many lumps is this dude going to take?
I
Going
swear to God, there
downstairs,
was
going
moments.
through fire.
There's
Like, what's the
moments
next
watching
match
that
for
when I was
him?
going, how is
Stab with a
Darby
knife
alive?
match? It's crazy. Darby Allin is like a crash test dummy.
He was on
At
fire
this
way
point,
too
like-
long for comfort. Also on that spot,
Yes.
like,
It reminds me of that Joey Janela spot on GCW where no one had a fire extinguisher and
Yeah.
his leg was just on
Oh
fire for
my
like 10
God.
seconds.
it immediately reminded me of the Cody Rhodes spot where he got like the 3rd-degree burn as well.
Yes.
Where,
I was in the audience for that. That was crazy.
Yep, me too. Right
And
behind her.
when they got on top of the ramp, and the camera moved because they were waiting for Kid, I thought, well, while they're up there, they've got something on top of the ramp to very quickly douse his back with to protect him. Because that's what I was thinking. It's easy
No.
to hide unless you're up in the cheap seats. You wouldn't see it happen anyway,
Darby
and the
says
TV
no.
wouldn't catch it. And I'm like, oh God, they didn't do anything for him. What? And then they just tossed him off the thing. That's
Yeah, it's fine.
He just makes Jeff Hardy look like child's play at this rate.
Skateboarders are
The things that he
notoriously
does.
non-flammable. Yeah.
I mean, you put those two in a match together when you had Darby and Jeff in the match together, and Jeff took that crazy spot where he did the senton onto the side of the stairs. I don't know, man.
Oh.
Jeff's still one up for me. It's doing crazy.
He's still insane. Yes, that's.
And
for sure.
I don't know if Foley would be upset if he heard people say that he had been not surpassed, but like usually when we think about stuff like this, the first thing that pops in my head is Foley, Jeff Hardy, and then whoever else, maybe Funk. All due respect and rest in peace to Funk. But like at this point, guys, are we thinking like, again, all due respect to Mick, today's day and age, aren't we kind of saying Darby now instead of Darby like Mick used to do? I'm not even saying that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it was like Jeff beforehand and now Darby for sure. Because every time you see someone fly off something high, you're as a wrestling fan, especially if you watched during the 90s, your brain just goes to Mick getting thrown off Hell in a Cell.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As he
He
referred
could
to it the other
very
day, getting
well-
tossed off the cell.
That's a very good observation. He could very well be this generation's Mick Foley.
I
Probably already is, but
yeah. I thought the flaming table spot, just saying it out loud if you're not a fan, flaming table. Is that like flaming Cheetos? Like flaming table spot was one thing. I thought when they threw him head over heels up against the cage and he slid all the way down to the back of his neck.
Right. Oh my God.
I thought in my head, well, you could break your neck doing that.
Yeah.
To me, that almost looked worse than the table spot. Maybe I'm wrong, but
I
like,
think I saw a flaming table spot open.
It almost looked cartoonish. That's why I was laughing.
yeah, it did.
That's the thing, though. Darby would have gone, yeah, just whip me around the place. Don't matter. Right. I'll have a bath afterwards and it'll be fine.
Fernando says Darby's nowhere near Mick Foley. Fernando, I gotta disagree with you.
I mean, if you're just talking about the risk he takes in the ring, I think it's very comparable at this point. Like,
Yeah.
because you're
In terms of-
only specific. You're talking about a short period of real risky stuff that Mick did in Japan, and then in WWE, it's a lot lighter. I mean, him and Darby are doing essentially the same things that most of Mick Foley's known career is. Like you're talking about the WWF stuff he did, Cactus Jack. Like outside of the Hell in the Cell and going off the top of that thing, if you're talking about flying from heights.
You're talking about being dangled upside down in the ring until your face goes purple while people kick you in the head with thumbtack laced boots.
Yes.
I don't know.
Now, if it's just saying that he's not at the same popularity level as Mick Foley, then I think you're probably hitting on something there.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, again, back in the WWE Mick Foley era, there was no other competition that was worth mentioning. So
I mean, WCW.
that was worth mentioning.
They were kind of winning there for a while.
They were worth mentioning for a long time until they weren't.
Till they weren't.
So-
Yeah, but I only remember the bad.
Darby.
Oh, I've got memories. We don't need to eulogize the Attitude Era any more than we already have, or the Monday Night
not
Wars.
great.
But there's some good memories and a lot of crappy ones too. So from both companies, if I'm being honest. So guys, we've bragged in the short time we've been on the air here today about the storytelling for the women's Blood and Guts. How does that compare to this? Was the men's a lot more just bumps and high spots and blood for the sake of blood? I mean, Chris, what do you think?
As far as the women's match versus this match, is that what you?
Yeah,
what the question was?
the men specifically. Do you think the women's storytelling was better than the men's?
The women's storytelling is better for a different reason because you get the big emotional ending, whereas the men's match I think draws a better storyline and sets up a better main event storyline. So it's they're different things. As far as the violence in the matches, they were pretty on par with one another. I would say the women's match almost more just because we've never seen it, right? So it becomes more of a spectacle in itself, whereas we've seen several blood and guts men's matches, as well as all the other hardcore matches the men have. So I don't know. It's tough. Toni Storm did a great job at the end of that. I mean, it was classic watching her seeing the love of her life, her best friend, get completely demolished. By the way, those belt shots were they were pretty stiff.
Yeah.
There was a couple of boots to the face at the end, and I was like, "Oh, hang on a minute, someone's angry." Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know. That's a tough question to answer. Which one had better storytelling? They also had less time to work with, so I guess I'll give the nod to the women's match because they did. I feel like they did a great job of telling the story in less than 60 minutes. So there's that.
That's fair. Marie, I hear you down there. To Chris's point about, those, I think Joe said the thing about the kicks. It did for a second when the tap out happened, when she got up there, she gave Marie a couple pretty good kicks. And I'm thinking, did something just happen? Because when people look at pro wrestling, you guys know this, a lot of times be like, oh, that must have been real. But the real stuff is never really big. It's hardly ever big production. Look what just happened. It's very small, very, wait a minute. I think that was real. That to me had the feeling of, did she give her a nice little kick for a reason? I wonder what happened. What'd you think about that?
I'm not really sure what you're referring to because I don't remember that spot in specific. I'm so sorry. The women's match, there was a lot going on at the time.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember every little thing, but if you don't mind, I will tell one thing that did stick out to me in the women's match, and that was the involvement of Mercedes. It seemed like the other women, especially even the other women on her team, had no interest in her being in the match and participating at all. They're like, go away, little girl, almost. She was only in there for a very brief amount of time, and then she was out and someone put her through a table, and that was all we saw of Mercedes. She didn't look like herself she wanted to be in that match either. She was like, I'm going to take my own sweet time coming down the ring and, la-di-da. And there was a lot of contention, I think, with Mercedes not maybe being a team player. I don't know. But that really stuck out to me. And who knows, we might see Mercedes slowly losing those 5,000 belts that she has.
To Harley Cameron, all of them.
Shit. She has the team had no problem using them to their advantage. So
no.
I was going to say, when they all walked off at the end, no one picked Mercedes up.
Nobody.
As they walked off. They just left her on the floor, and I was like,
I loved the Oprah moment, though. You get a belt, and you get a belt. Everybody gets a belt.
I was like, just carry 5 of them in one go, love. Come on.
Yeah.
It was pretty great.
When she handed the one to Sky Blue had this look on her face and it was very quick, but I'm like, I wonder if that meant something. Like she just, is it to say, okay, whatever.
To talk about storytelling in the women's match, there's a lot more stories happening between all of the participants in it than there was in the men's.
Yes.
The men's was basically good against evil, whereas there's other things flowing through it. So I think in terms of storytelling of who was against who at certain points and things like that, it sets up so much stuff going forward. Toni Storm's going to kill everyone. I mean, afterwards she was just like, "You're all marked." Like,
yes.
You still got the women's tag team tournament going on, so that's going to really, really amp it up. I think, especially at that outcome.
Yeah.
I think that it was really interesting that the people on the heel team were more accepting of Marina Shafir on their team than Mercedes.
That's true.
And she's been like, death to everybody. Like, it doesn't matter who you are, but they were more accepting of Marina than they were Mercedes. So what does that tell you?
It's good
about
to
how
have a
they feel?
maniac on your side, isn't it?
Right.
That's the thing.
They know
to-
how
to be
badass
fair-
she is.
To be fair to this is not Mercedes kind of match anyways, so the way
Yeah.
she played it was
Yeah.
pretty great.
Yeah.
The puppet spot was very much a WWE comedy spot in a very serious
loved
match,
it.
which I loved. I thought it was well set up. The brass knuckles coming out of nowhere, like it was a lot of small things, but this is definitely
Plays
not
into
the kind of
Harley's
match.
strong points of
Mhm.
But I just thought it was absolutely grotesque at times and brilliant, and I can't fault it. I generally think it's up there in terms of match of the year for me at the moment, but with 2 months left.
Ray, speaking to the point of the puppet, and I know this has been a conversation piece for a lot of us out here. I don't think Harley Cameron can do any wrong. And to the question of whether or not the
She
puppet is
shouldn't have
out,
brought that puppet. There's only one. We've had this conversation, and I'm sure now we can have a broader conversation. I think there's only one puppet, Mr. Iguana. I think if you're bringing another puppet to the ring now, you're ruining his shtick.
yeah, but
and
that's another
ruin-
company.
But it doesn't matter.
It does
He's
matter.
a copyright to the puppet. He's
It
the
does
first
matter.
puppet guy. There should not be another puppet guy.
I mean,
Maria-
Mr. Socko.
Yeah, but he's not
Mr.
wrestling
Socko.
anymore.
Oh,
Maria-
Mr. Socko's retired. I
Yeah.
forgot. Yeah.
So I
Marie
just
needs
feel
some
like
Tylenol.
yeah,
Let's
She's
stay,
Harley.
stay to the company. Stay to the company.
Every
What I'm saying-
Wednesday,
all right,
folks,
if there's
every
going to be one
Wednesday.
puppet in AEW, it's got to be Harley Cameron's puppet, and then that's it.
We could have just led with that. I'm just
Okay.
saying. Like,
But I'm saying Mr. Iguana is the original puppet.
No,
Uh,
he's not, actually.
no, he
No,
is
he's
not
he's,
the
he's
original.
he's the original puppet as in the last 10 years or 5 years.
I was gonna say, didn't WWE have a whole host of puppets on
Wasn't
Wyatt
there, wasn't there
Family?
a guy who did snake biting as well? What was he?
Oh,
Latino?
Yeah.
And let me say something else about AEW that no one even brought up. Pac with the singlet, gotta go.
Oh, dry pack is
terrible.
I
awful.
hate it.
Dry pack is awful.
No,
Yes.
moisten your pack.
Dry pack is terrible.
Girls.
Oh.
Danny
Always.
Garcia with the lawnmower shorts, gotta go.
I think
I don't
he's had
understand
the-
your-
Are we sure he's not just cycling off and cycling back on, and that's what the singlet's for? Because
Yeah.
that's usually my assumption when I see something like that taking place.
Yeah, I don't like the singlet and I don't like the shorts.
I don't know what your obsession is with Danny Garcia's shorts. The guy's having the best career move so far since he's been in AEW.
Because he
He's
looks
fantastic.
like the worst man at a hardcore gig, doesn't he?
Yes,
He does.
thank you. Thank you.
Like, he's
He
just
looks
going to be windmilling unnecessarily.
He's looking
He's
he's
They're
going
not
to
even
deliver
playing,
fair.
Danny. Calm down.
He looks like he's going to deliver DoorDash to your house.
To be fair, Brian Danielson knocks him for those shorts every time he sees him on
does.
commentary.
He does.
so.
Thank you, buddy.
Well, what I was gonna the point I was gonna make until Ray made weird other company comparisons was that for people who are asking about whether or not Harley's puppet is should go, did you hear that crowd? No, the puppet shouldn't go.
But
The
she should be
crowd
the only
loves
puppet
a
in
puppet.
AEW. No one else can have
That's
a puppet
it.
now. That's it. I'm
I
good
mean,
with that.
Yeah. That's,
Yeah, like
I
all
don't
of a sudden
think
Mercedes
everyone-
cannot come out next week with a puppet. I think that's terrible.
I
She
don't
owns
think anyone's
the
lining up.
market on AEW.
I don't think it was like it was a good comment.
Thank you.
I don't think he was
think-
lining up to bring out puppets.
The only one I'd take is Briscoe doing it. And it's just like a carcass
Oh.
of an actual chicken. And he's just making it talk. Like,
Oh,
No.
Briscoe's kind of
No.
a puppet already, isn't he? Isn't he
Yes,
kind
he
of a
is.
human?
yeah.
Yes, he is.
Right? Yeah.
Well, a friend of mine and I were talking, and we think AEW is really missing a huge marketing opportunity to have sell mini Monets.
Mm-hmm. Oh, they missed
I
it with
could
the
see
Sting
that.
masks. They've missed loads of stuff. But
Yeah.
they've done really well.
They need to do them right, though. If they're going to sell them, don't sell like the crappy, cheap version.
Yeah,
Like,
and
make it like
don't,
an
like-
actual Muppet.
Yeah, and don't
That I can
charge like
control.
$100 for it because that's what they were doing with what Finn Balor's puppet.
Terrible puppet.
Do we know AEW is
Never
not doing
charge-
something like this?
I would
They're
be.
all-
I mean, I would be in on buying like a Jim Henson Studios produced version of this puppet.
Yeah.
Yes.
That'd be cool.
Wire arms.
Something on
I
it.
would buy a Mercedes puppet for my daughter in a heartbeat.
Got a leg here. Yeah.
That would be cool.
I would buy one and do her dance at the same time.
Oh, I love to dance.
I think
Just 'cause
Marina's
I roll
come.
like that.
I think Marina's come a long way, as we were talking about her earlier. But I will say this: when she sat down and took off those boots, I'm like, I don't know what your fascination is. You're getting ready with no boots. You're ready to step into a ring full of phony glass. Let's be honest. But come on. But still, like things can still stick in your feet. Then she taped her feet up, and I'm like, did that help? Just leave your freaking boots on. I don't know why that annoys me as much as it does. But it really does. Like, I have no idea why.
Speedball does it too, and I'm like,
Oh,
no.
Kung
But
Fu
Speedball,
Panda?
at least his feet are wrapped. You know what I mean? Hers are not.
I think I remember watching in WWE before I stopped watching it. It was Kevin Owens against Matt Riddle, and Kevin Owens just kept stamping on his feet. And I just went, "Yep, that's the right way to do this."
Yes.
Rusev used to be barefoot as well until he was in one of these multi-man matches and got his foot broken, and that's why he wears boots now. That's the other problem. You got this many people moving around. It might not even be something. It might just be something more accidental of breaking the top of your foot.
Yes.
All of those little bitty bones just going snap.
By the way, here at Tom Clark's Main Event, we advocate for stepping on any part of Matt Riddle you freaking want to.
Yeah.
Yes.
As hard as you can.
From shin to sternum, anywhere.
Yes.
Anywhere.
Repeatedly.
Go nuts.
Jump
Repeatedly.
if you can.
Yes, jump hard. Put the boots to him.
Put cleats on. Yeah.
Yes. We don't have to spend all day on just the women's match or the show itself, but I'm with what everybody else said earlier. I thought the women's match was fantastic, and Joe, you shared something with me in the chat. Some bizarro take some doofus out there had.
Oh.
Don't give the guy credit, but I want you to
I'm
read
not
it on.
use his name.
Yeah, read it on the air because I want everybody to hear this because it's
the human gritty. Yeah,
it's one of the worst takes you're ever going to hear. It is freaking horrible.
It was this bloke, and he decided to go to Twitter and snitch tagged literally everyone in the world in it. Tony Khan should be ashamed of himself, regardless of what Dave Meltzer tells him. Wrong or both you think at the Gym Corner. It's just this. Seeing young athletic women blading too deep and pouring blood is not something that majority of sane people want to see. You can say it's for the sickos, but at TBS Network and at TNT Drama, and it just goes on and on and on. And you're just thinking, just turn it off, mate.
Yeah, don't watch.
I would disagree because Kill Bill did very well.
And there's another one coming.
Yes, I love Kill Bill.
But
I love Kill Bill.
I mean, what's good for the goose is good for the gander.
Absolutely.
Right? I mean, I would get it if this was GCW and it was is intergender match and they were stabbing each other with wooden spikes or something and leaving them in each other's heads and being ridiculous. I mean, I didn't have a problem with that. Like you can't I don't know, you can't like one without the other, man. If you're gonna pick one, if you're gonna be angry about the violence and blood on AEW,
to be equally angry.
Yes,
equally.
It's
angry.
okay for men to bleed, but not women.
Yeah.
Come on, brother.
That's
Oh
ridiculous.
my God, how dare you?
And it's
but AEW have done women's hardcore matches before, and they've been some of them great, some of them not so great. But that's the same as any hardcore match. Like some of them are great, some of them are not.
I mean, it built one of their biggest female stars at the time. If you go back to the beginning of AEW with Britt Baker, right? Like that Bloodshot did a whole lot for AEW early on. So it's this isn't nothing new. It's not like they've never had women bleed on AEW before.
No, they just had 12 of them all trying to kill each other, and I for one salute them.
Do you think Marina Shafiro looks like she works a little rough, like a little?
There were a couple of them throws that looked a bit like
on Shirakawa.
Yes.
That dude.
Yeah, dude. It was like
Mina did not see that coming. I'm telling you.
There were some shots between her and Mina. I don't know if that was personal. If those two had like some internal beef, but those shots looked like they were personal.
Well, I'll tell you this. This is for men and women, of course. You got to be able to work somebody that's snug. There's a difference between stiffing somebody and being snug. There's a freaking difference. And I think Marina's just snug. That's what I think she is. But yeah, that flip near the end, holy Lord.
Moly. Yeah, dude.
It was 100 miles an hour. And I'm like, to her credit, like, I'm thinking, did Mina know that was coming? Did she know?
It didn't look like she did the way she fell because it was like a hard takedown. It was like a jiu-jitsu style takedown.
Yes, it was awesome.
It's that Stardom dojo training, right? That's what it is.
Yes.
To your point, what's real and what's not real.
Very true. Very true. Yeah.
Like one of the most what should I say, shocking moments of the women's Blood and Guts match was that mirror spot. I was like,
Yeah.
that was wicked. Like Tony took that like a pro.
champ.
Like,
Hmm.
oh
But
my
the camera
gosh.
panning behind as the reflection as it was, yeah.
Yeah.
I think Jamie Hayter has cracked some teeth from having a chair whipped at her when she couldn't see the chair coming at her.
I will. This is a smaller thing that was outside of the violence that I usually like to point out one good, just normal wrestling thing. The women did a great job of setting up the cage itself as a weapon at the beginning of that. There was a 96 back and forth, or 90 second of them back and forth trying not to go into the cage until they finally got the spot off. That's classic. I like that.
Yeah, that was well done.
That's good stuff.
But then as soon as Sky Blue went into it, she was, bleeding like a stuck pig. It was, yeah. It was just a tremendous match. I've spoken to people who don't even really watch wrestling and go, it's on free in the UK tonight on like normal to air television. And I've said, I know you don't normally watch television, but watch this because it's beautiful. It's beautiful destruction. The ending of it, if you take a picture of that and hang that in the Louvre, it'll get stolen. But also, it's just a beautiful, it's a beautiful Renaissance picture.
It is. It's fantastic.
I can't say enough positive things about it. There wasn't a moment where I was not entertained.
Well, to the point of the blood and gore with it being women, I'm thinking, when you look at Toni Storm, do you see a woman or do you see a wrestler? When you look at Powerhouse Hobbs, do you see a black man or do you see a wrestler? When you look at Anthony Bowens, do you see a gay man or do you see a wrestler? Like, I can't speak for anybody, only for myself, but, it's hard to not see someone's color because it's physically there. If you know someone is whatever, but like to train yourself to not let that be the first thing. So like, again, can't speak for anybody else, but that would be my comment to anyone upset about it is like, why are you so upset? Again, when Moxley does it, are you upset? Probably not. Like, get over yourself.
If someone's prepared to do a wrestling match, a standard, 5-minute wrestling match, I did one training session and it hurts, right?
It's not comfortable.
No, it's not. It's awful. So anyone that wants to do that for my entertainment, fair play to you. And if you want to cut yourself and bleed and hit yourself with razors and all kinds of stuff, that's your prerogative, mate. I'll lap it up.
I took one bump on a makeshift plywood ring that my brother and his friends made. I took one bump and that was it. I was like, I'm better off in the stands. I don't know what is wrong with y'all.
I've said before and I'll say again, wrestlers are a special kind of person.
Yes.
They are.
Yeah. To piggyback on your point a little bit, Tom, this is like getting mad about those kind of things when it comes to female wrestling. It's like go back 20 years and look at where female wrestling was. Would you rather, if it was your daughter, would you rather be in that version of female wrestling or going out there and being tough, like and fighting and bleeding and sweating and trying to win championships? Like that mentality is ridiculous to me. I get like it may make you feel uncomfortable, but you also don't have to watch it.
100%. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Women do more competitive fighting now. Like was it when, the other company was basically just using women as like eye candy. It's changed so much.
It is.
So
and
I appreciate their efforts.
Turns out, guys, that women wanted to work just as much as the men did, but they never got a chance to. So
it's the Bailey versus Sasha NXT takeover match where they were like, we weren't allowed to practice in the ring.
Yeah.
So we just went out and killed it. And I was like, yep, there you go.
Yeah, the best don't need even the best. I mean, the best call it in the ring. I'm sorry, and I know there's circumstances, there's certain spots you got to set up, but I'm old school. You call it in the ring, and I would think most wrestlers would tell you, let's just call it in the ring, because it just so many more dynamic things happen, and I think there's more chance of something going wrong when you have a spot you've rehearsed 20 times. You're like, well, it's rehearsed. Yeah, but when you watch it, you're like, that felt rehearsed. Like Steamboat and Flair never felt rehearsed because it never freaking was.
I'm fairly sure there's a fairly famous story about Steamboat actually choreographing an entire match, but let's move on.
Yeah,
Savage.
With Randy Savage. But I think the best can do both, right? The best wrestlers can do
pick and choose.
Sure.
And
a
you
broad
have to
church.
and it depends on the crowd too, because sometimes the crowd can turn on you, and you just kind of have to work with it instead of. And the WWE is so bad about this. That's why a lot of times it feels. They've been doing okay lately, but sometimes with some it feels forced because they're following that predetermined formula. We're doing this and this and this, but the crowd is not feeling it. And whereas old school way, if the crowd ain't feeling it, you switch up your game.
Mhm.
Yeah.
The ways you shift it up is a lot harder now, though, right? Because they're not going to let you just throw on a rest hold, figure out what you're going to do.
And on TV versus off TV is a lot different too. Like we got a pre-dark match before SmackDown this past Saturday. This past Friday I was at SmackDown, and it was Carmelo Hayes versus I think it was one of the Pretty Deadly guys. But anyway, Carmelo Hayes is a heel, and the Pretty Deadly guy is a face. But the crowd loved Carmelo Hayes, and they had a switch in the middle of their match because we weren't having it. We wanted to cheer for Carmelo Hayes. So, sometimes you just got to do that. But you can't always do it on TV because they're telling you what to do. So
I really miss the dark matches because, it just it was that kind of like intimacy with the fans, like, and it's not on TV. It's not rushed. It's, they can play with different things that they're trying out or whatever. And we just don't get to see that no more. I hate it.
I do miss AEW Dark. I talk about this
I do
a lot
too.
because it was just Excalibur and Taz pounding beers, chatting to,
Yes.
while
Popping
local
each other.
talent, while local talent just had a muck about in the ring, and it was tremendous. It got me through COVID, I swear.
Oh, it was good. I enjoyed it too. Well, look, in the final analysis, as I was watching this, Chris, I thought about you as I was watching the show because I know you and I have talked about ECW a lot here and there. But in the final analysis, for me, when it comes to AEW and the blood and guts, not just blood and guts, but literal blood and guts, I lived through that era. I watched that stuff happen in real time. And again, like, this is from my perspective. At some point, I'm like, yeah, that's all they're going to do. Like, yes, did they have Eddie? Did they have Ray? Of course they did. They had great matches. But there came a time, Chris, maybe you can back me up, or maybe you'll disagree. There came a time where I felt like, God, this is all they're doing now. I don't get that from AEW. Do they do it? Yeah. It's not all they do. So when people get upset, I'm like, did you bother watching the other 364 days this past year? Because holy Lord, they've had some great TV. Like, Chris, am I off base about the ECW thing, or do you think it was still balanced toward the end?
Well, no, towards the end of ECW, it was let's throw everything at the wall and see what sticks, just because of losing TV with TNT and everything that came with that, and the eventual, losing the backing of Vince McMahon to some extent, because Vince and WWF were actually supporting ECW financially, so you get some stuff there. But when we were talking about this previously, I was talking about how AEW is walking down a slippery slope, because there was a couple pay-per-views in a row where there were 3 of these very hardcore, violent matches that you got a victory out of, but the story kind of went nowhere, and there wasn't a whole lot of build for it. And that felt very, ECW. But when ECW was really clicking, right, their hardcore stuff would make sense. Like, Sabu winning the title, like Cherry Funk in the barbed wire match against Sabu, for instance. That violence had a reason. It was his last run, right? He's going to do everything to hold on to the top after coming out of retirement. So, like, there's ways to do that. That's what I was saying the last time we talked about this, is give me storytelling. And to their credit, usually I would come on after watching this if it was just them hitting stuff, like hitting each other with stuff for no reason. I'd be the first one to come in here and bash on it, as I have done many times on your show. But this one had storytelling, right? Like, everything seems like it's going somewhere. You gave us good endings in both matches. Got to see the bad guys be dastardly. You got to see the good guys at the end of the night walk out on top. So, like, it gave you everything you could ask for. AEW does lean a little too hard on this stuff for my personal taste.
Fernando says apparently that he feels that it's all they're doing, because I Quit and Blood and Guts are very close. Agree to disagree, Fernando? I mean, if that's where your brain goes, that's fine. You're welcome to think whatever you want. But I disagree. When I think AEW, I don't automatically think Blood. I mean, if other people do, that's fine. But
I think
I'm just
tag matches that have very little tagging in them and just everyone going haywire.
Yeah.
I think way too many titles and way too many hardcore matches when I think of
AEW. Well, we're getting another one, so shush.
but the big thing about that is the Death Riders and John Moxley being the top of that story, right? They're the top of the company. That's his style of match. Everything is going to kind of pivot around that. There's not, once this shifts, and and they did a great job of setting that up with Pac kind of taking this over potentially. Moxley goes away for a while, comes back as a babyface. You could get a completely different style of match, completely different style at the top of the card, the kind of matches, etc. There's lots of interesting stuff you can do. So as long as you're telling me an interesting story, I'm not completely against violence in the ring, but you got to give me something to bite into.
Hey,
I
there's
definitely-
just a lot of tournaments. I think they have a lot of tournaments.
Oh, also tournaments is what I think of when I think of
AEW tournament.
I definitely think that it is time for Moxley to have a slight character change. How you after so long, you have to go a different direction, and I think that's about time for Mox.
He disappears, comes back, apologizes to Brian.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we get them to on a tear.
And Brian, Chris, you pointed this out in the chat that Brian in the end is going, "What are we doing?" And apparently he got really quiet during large chunks of the main event. And I'm thinking, Brian, I love you, but you're the same guy that you let him put a bag over your head twice. Like,
Right.
I appreciate what you're saying, but Brian, if it's that much of a problem, I don't know.
Oh, I read that as him going, this is more extreme than trying to suffocate me.
Well, maybe.
I mean, he basically read it as we're press slamming people through firing tables now. That was where they came after. He was just like, "What?"
It does make me worry about, what's
Darby's on fire for way too long.
How far do you go? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
Skateboards are inflammable.
I agree. He was on fire for too long.
Way too long. Marie, let's wrap up the blood and guts matches here themselves. If you're picking one person currently in the Death Riders, who do you think is the one to tell John as they're all gathered around him and he's lying on the mat, you're done, you're out?
Well, I can't remember who was the one who put Darby Allin through the table. Was it Pac?
Yeah.
Pac.
Okay, it'll either be him or the OG member, and that's Claudio. Those are the only two that really make sense. Daniel Garcia just joined the Death Riders. Baby brother Yuta is baby brother Yuta, and he just follows along. So
That could be the massive thing, though. Massive power dynamic switch, and everyone follows the young lad, and he just massively careens it into a wall.
No, that would be hilarious, but I don't know
No,
if it quite makes sense or not.
No, it's going to
But,
be Pac, and we're going to get Pac cutting promos in his big, thick Geordie accent, and I'm going to be very happy.
That's my immediate thought is Pac, just because he's the best promo out of the
Yes.
people that would be left after Moxley.
And the fact that he was there throwing the person that made John Moxley say, "I quit," through a fiery table saying, "Okay, well, I took care of this problem and you're in the ring right now and you can't even take care of Kyle O'Reilly." And, this built up too. And there was a lot of people who were mad that it was Kyle O'Reilly who was the one who put John Moxley down. Well, what about Darby? Darby just went through a flaming table for number
Darby's
one.
on fire.
So, and
mate.
if you're talking about,
He's waiting for the fire department to
He's
put him
got
out.
enough problems.
and these are the same people who complain about the people in AEW not selling. And I'm like, so you want him to not sell a flaming table spot for one? And number two, we have been going through this all month long that John Moxley was on the verge twice of tapping out to Kyle O'Reilly, but it was a traditional match, so he was able to disqualify himself each time. He couldn't reach for a rope. He couldn't disqualify himself. There was no way out for John Moxley this time, so he tapped out and staring down Pac in the face while he was doing it. It's beautiful. I'm sorry.
Preach,
That's it.
man!
Venom.
Bringing the
That's it.
heat. I love it.
like it.
Absolute cinema, yes.
I think it's got to be Pac too. Pac's the leader. Yeah, like what do you think Darby's going to do? He's on fire. Like he's waiting for the fire department to hose him down. So I think that's nuts to think that he's going to help you.
And then they accidentally spray Pac, and he becomes wet. Pac
that would be great. Yes. And yeah, Kyle O'Reilly deserves his shine. I mean, he's a Adam Cole lackey, but kudos to him. If he
like you said, it all makes sense.
It all makes sense because if there
That
was
was
Adam
the
Cole in there,
most
he'd be making him
succinct I've
tap.
ever
So
heard it.
the next best thing is Kyle. You can't get Adam, get Kyle.
I have a question. When John Maxley does come back and he wants to get back at the Death Riders for what they did to him, does he go back to old friends for help to see? Because Gabe Kidd was involved in this match too, so we got that.
Yeah, Gabe Kidd is the reason that Moxley ended up getting put through this flaming table. So I'm assuming that that's going to be Darby's next thing, right?
Yeah.
I love Gabe. I'm telling you right now. Gabe is Abe.
He's a monster.
What's he calling himself? I'm a madman, Yeah, that's him.
I can see
Welsh.
I can see Pac making like the announcement or whatever, but I could see Claudio standing behind him ready to take him down too. So I could definitely see that because Claudio he's almost like the silent killer, right? So
I don't want to get all Warhammer on it as well, but he was wearing purity seals when he came out, Claudio. Just pointing
He wears
out.
a lot of that Warhammer stuff all the time.
He does, the nerd.
Yes.
No, I think Pac's better at promo stuff. Yeah, like you said, Claudio will be his right hand man.
Claudio was a joy to watch, and it consistently reminds me of how underrated he is in this match. By the
really
way,
is.
he's just picking people up and throwing them like they're children.
He did. I was like, bravo, sir, bravo.
Didn't he do a swing where he was swinging somebody, but someone was on his back at the same time?
He was swinging Darby around, I think, and then Orange was on his back.
You know what it reminds me of?
Went, they're playing Superman or something, and I was like, I don't know what's happening anymore.
But I love it.
I love it too. It's similar to me of Arn Anderson being in the Horseman, where when you saw Arn work separately, you're like, God, he's freaking great. Like you just see Rick all the time, and Arn's great, but then you see Rick all the time, and then Arn's one-on-one with somebody, you're like, God, he's so great. It's kind of like that with Claudio to me. Like we know he's great, then we watch him, we're like, God, he's so great because he's standing behind a lot of other dudes, and especially the guy that's been the face of the company for a heck of a long time. So yeah,
we're going way back in time. But if anyone wants to watch some fun matches this weekend, look up some of those Claudio and Chris Hero tag matches from early Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
Kings of Wrestling. Yeah, man.
And to be fair, when Claudio is passionate about what he's doing, he's not that bad on the mic. I mean, I keep bringing him up, but when he was facing Eddie Kingston for the Ring of Honor title, he was really great during those times. So.
He was fantastic.
Why did Mark Briscoe get taken out though? Like, okay, so he gets taken out. He shows up no selling. Speaking of no selling,
it's the full gear, isn't it? So that if
it was great. I'm glad he was there.
Join a faction, which I've never understood. You can't reluctantly join a gang. Like, you can't be like, well, okay, I'll boost this shot, but I'm not happy about it. Like, it doesn't work. But I think that if he does lose, that's the beginning of the start of the downfall of the Don Callis family.
Oh yeah, because he'll be sabotaging the family from within. So
I think him and if we get him and Takeshita together, like
I accidentally hit you in the face. My bad.
Now what they should do is get the group together and have to take a field trip to the farm, and then they all start getting taken out randomly.
I don't know what happened.
Like the final deletion, like a cinematic match, and it's just Mark Briscoe dressed as a rubbish Batman leaping.
A rubbish Batman.
Yes.
I would totally watch it.
I love Mark Briscoe. They were such a great spot on top of the cage. They teased that table spot like they were going to leap off. It was so good. And then also them basically pulling the chairs up with like a lever system.
Oh yeah.
The bit where it got stuck on the overhang. And I was like, no one's tested this. They've just gone, it'll work.
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the
He
problem.
made it work.
He
made
did,
it
but
work.
there was some very dangerous reaching over.
I just want to see Briscoe forcing Kyle Fletcher to like milk a cow, like they're all having to do chores and stuff on the farm.
Yes.
That'd be too much comedy, but God, I
man.
would love it.
If the cow kicked him, it'd be great.
I still feel like we've been missing out on a farm match for far too
I'm telling
long.
you.
Yes.
Hey, look, I've worked with pigs over 25 years, and I've been through some battles. So yeah,
Tickled me up.
it would
Oh
be fun.
my!
It would
Pig slap
be
match.
fun.
Loser gets his face dunked in pig slap.
Sugar Shane says, "What did y'all think about the Ricky Steamboat FTR segment?" I got thoughts. Anybody want to take this so I don't have to vent?
It
I
was
didn't like it at all.
Nah.
I didn't like
I
it at
think
all.
everybody was expecting Ric Flair, and that's no disrespect to
I mean-
Steamboat.
I'm very happy that Ric Flair wasn't there when we got Steamboat.
Yeah, thank God.
Yeah, you know.
I
But
thought it
two
was
rights
great.
don't make a wrong. No, wait.
But I'm happy they didn't finish the spot and actually hit Steamboat.
I
with
did
a
love the
driver.
sign though that he pointed out. That sign was everything. I think I told somebody, I was like, man, I wish Sting would show up during this match, but I know he ain't. But yeah, that was a good sign. I'm glad he shouted out the sign that somebody made.
I love Steamboat. I just FTR. I'm just not feeling it anymore. I just don't get it.
Thank you.
I think they're a heck of a tag team. I think they'll go down as one of the best ever. I mean, honestly, I think they're
They're just
freaking great.
In a
I'm just
limbo.
not. I'm not buying it. I don't like the weird kooky heel stuff they're doing. I think that, and it's going to be tough to be the vicious heel tag team when Death Riders are in the same locker room. But I think I'd prefer a vicious FTR, and they're just not vicious; they're comical, and their threats sound
think-
hollow,
Yeah.
and it's you know what I mean. And Stokely's
Yeah.
I'm not
He's
saying
fine, I
Cash
just-
has to pull a
I'm not
gun
a
out on
Stokely
someone,
fan.
but
Go armed Anderson.
yes.
I like
Please.
Stokely. I just don't really think he fits with FTR all that well because Cash and Dax can talk on their own.
yeah,
And
they
so-
don't need him.
It just makes their promo segments even longer
20
because
minutes?
all
Yeah.
three of them have to talk,
Yeah.
and they don't need that. But
Yes.
I'm a huge FTR fan, so I'm always happy to see them. Do not get me wrong, because I think they're making traditional tag team wrestling cool again. Let's just say. But I'm
They
okay
need
with this
something.
because we all know what it's leading to. Christian and Adam Copeland are going to come back and they're going to take the titles off of FTR. That's a given. So this is just the stepping stone to get there. So we just got to hold on.
I mean, are they though? Because like I feel like Brodito is.
Rodino are the tag champs, and they are not
They're
ever
not
losing
losing.
those ever.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like they're pretty popular. I like
Yeah,
actually
they're
this
probably
promo more than Tom. I thought it was pretty fun, especially Dax being like, "You trained me, but I never learned anything." Was pretty funny talking to Steamboat. I like
Yeah.
Oh, the one
Steamboat
thing I learned.
stealing- trying to get out of the ring.
Something I learned. Oh, wait a minute. No, I didn't. Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't like it either. So I think I'm kind of neutral. Like it was there
just-
and it was just there.
Yeah,
And I like
it's-
Steamboat being like, I'm 73 years old and trying to get out of the ring. You know, like
Yeah.
like actually selling that he's his age and like that he can't beat up two of your current stars.
He's 73. That's my
true.
dad's age. My dad can
That's
barely
true.
walk about. Like,
Because you know Ric
Yeah,
Flair
fine.
would be like,
oh, Ric Flair would have ripped his shirt off and
Ugh.
ate some woo wings and then power bombed them both terribly. Like-
Terribly.
He would have wooed like 6,000 times. Maybe did
While
maybe,
everyone's soul died a bit more inside.
and
You're throwing a
maybe
couple of
he,
chops.
he'll blade himself and yeah. he might
Rick,
throw in
Rick,
the
Rick, no
coat
one's
and
touched you. I don't
and
care.
the elbow drop.
I mean, I don't think we have to worry about Ric Flair, isn't he? He's probably crapping himself somewhere in a restaurant right now in Florida. So
After drinking his own energy drink. I just thought the FTR bit, it just went on a bit too long, and I was like, again, like you said, that's the FTR thing is that they're neither one thing nor the other.
Yes.
If you're going to be heels, you need to be absolute diabolical heels. You need to be scoundrels, right? But you're not. You're like fun heels, and it doesn't work for you.
They're not fun. That's not entertaining. Not to
No.
me. Not to me. I can't.
Some of this goes just with the lack of dedication to the tag division over the past couple of years, though.
Yes.
Like actually coming off of Jay Briscoe's death and their feuds with the Briscoes, they've never really recovered as a tag team, if we're being honest, because they were at the pinnacle of some of the best tag team stuff we've seen in probably 20 years. There being no opponents, and them creating a trios tag title and splitting a lot of these teams up, and like so that tag division still to me is not recovered. They're getting there. Like Brodito is a very interesting tag team. They're fun to watch.
Who thought that would work?
Yeah.
Me.
Joe, big guy, small guy. That's his thing.
That's all I want in wrestling is giant man and tiny man.
Sometimes the most unique pair of tag teams could be like one of the best ones. So
if one of the wrestling men can launch another wrestling man at another wrestling man, I'm on board.
I'm the opposite. I'm like put the two biggest guys together and make them the
I
Steiner
like
brothers.
that as well.
Let's just do that. We need
It's a
more
broad
monster
church.
tag teams.
Yes, we do.
So we've already gone an hour, but I feel like we've kind of. I mean, we mentioned Hangman and Powerhouse Hobbs, but we know that Full Gear is next week, so we're going to preview that show here next week, kids. So be sure to come back a week from today. Yeah, but what do we all think collectively of Hangman and Hobbs? I at any given time, I'm like, I thought maybe you could have pushed more with Hobbs when he was challenging Mox, then you kind of didn't. And it's like, I still think that was a wasted opportunity with him, but it is what it is. Marie, let's start with you. What'd you think about that?
It was okay. It was good. It surprised me. I thought they were going to kind of do all this about the same things that the other two matches were going to sort of do. And I thought, okay, this is way too much chaos it's all chaos on one show, and it was a little chaotic, but it was chaotic in a different way, and that was okay. And Powerhouse Hobbs got to kind of showcase what he can do a little bit in the ring and show out. So I was fine with it, and we got our world champion on the show, which was important too. So
Absolutely. Ray, what'd you think about this match?
I liked it. Good match. I was a little nervous when they were going up at the stands that some fan was going to get involved because it wasn't a lot of security around them, it seemed like. But they were well behaved. I was very surprised. I agree with you. I don't know why Powerhouse Hobbs didn't get a bigger push when he was fighting for the title before. This was kind of rando, but, I guess, Hangman's got a whole feud with the whole trios, what's it called? The Flip Mod Squad? What are the name of this guys? The Ops.
The Ops.
The Ops. So he's got.
I think Flip Mode Squad is Buster Rhymes' crew.
It is.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. So it's the Flip Mode Op Squad.
Oh, mate. Yes.
Yes, that's what we're going to start calling them. The Flip Mode Op Squad.
Yes.
I guess he's feuding with all of them. So I was kind of into it. So now he's fighting he's fighting the third member on Wednesday. So it kind of makes sense.
I mean, I don't know. I kind of feel like, look, Hangman beat Joe. We're done. I mean, if Hangman had barely beat Joe, if Joe's foot had been underneath the rope, if there had been some hoo-ha at the end and Hangman barely won, but Hangman freaking beat him. I don't know why we're still doing this.
Flip mode. There you go.
I just don't know why we're still doing it. Like, I don't understand why we're still going with Darby and John. I just don't get it. Like, he made you tap with Sting. Like, we're done. When they came back that next Wednesday, I'm like, we're not done? Why? Like, they just continued down the same road with some of these feuds. I'm like, I just don't get it. I don't get it. Am I the only one? What's up?
Yeah, it's a bit like that's one of the things that AEW do is that they don't know when to let stuff go.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, I mean, I
They
think
drag things out.
in this situation, right? We're looking at it wrong. It's really not about the title picture. It's about the death of the Death Riders.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
that's your main event. It's very much in the way that, like, the Tribal Chief was your main event of WWE, regardless of the title. Like, that's
Never
your
heard
main
of it.
event picture. So anything happening underneath that's a placeholder until they get through that, right?
Right.
You got to keep in mind they're also rebuild. They got Kenny Omega coming back. They got some people coming back that they may want to put in that title picture. So you're going to get a lot of just, we'll hold steady with this. Why not do Joe again? Joe and Hangman will be a good match.
I honestly thought you just said they're going to rebuild Kenny Omega, and I was like, We want to rebuild him, but we don't want to spend a lot of money.
But if-
It's like a $6 million man.
If Hangman beat the
Canadian
the
dollars.
head of the Flip Mode squad, why does he need to fight the other two guys? Like, I don't understand.
Well, I think
wrestling.
Chris. Yeah, wrestling. Yeah, Chris got a good point. They're just stalling. We got to keep him busy till something else happens. I mean, and I love Kenny. We've publicly advocated on this show that Kenny Omega should have been the top guy for a long time. But in my opinion, I don't think they've ever properly handled him the way that I thought they were going to when he first started. But I just don't know how much time he's got left. It seems like every time Kenny talks now, he's talking about retirement or he mentions not going too much longer. And I'm like, I don't even know if he makes it another 2-3 years, honestly. Maybe I'll be wrong. I don't know.
I mean, the other thing is when we make these broad sweeping statements of they're not doing anything, that the thing is we should also give an observation of who should Hangman be facing. Is there anyone that's even in that title, like that you would consider in that title picture at the moment?
At any given time, there could be because that locker room is stacked. But
but everyone else is concerned with the Death Riders.
They're not currently doing anything to put chess pieces in position. To your point, no.
So yeah, I mean, I'll take Hangman against Joe in a steel cage.
I love the match. Don't get me wrong. I have no problem with the match.
It does feel like for Full Gear, especially one of the original 4 pay-per-views, that we're getting a retread. But I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm still going to watch it. I'm still going to probably enjoy most of it.
Yeah. Fernando says Kenny Omega was a belt collector. How was he used wrong? Maybe I didn't say. Maybe used wrong is not the right way. I think
Kenny was like, "You don't need to build it on me. I'm on my. And
that could be the majority of it. I don't know. I just kind of feel like from the very beginning, Kenny's my guy. He's the guy.
We all love Kenny.
I think John's great. I think Jericho was a definite must-have in the beginning. He was. But like Kenny's my guy. And like at any given time, even with the belt collector stuff, like after it was over, that was kind of it. And I know the surgery happened.
I was going to say he got injured. That's why he dropped the belts. Yeah. But when he came back, they immediately thrusted him into the trios division, which was something him and the Bucks had started about talking about. Then he gets hurt again.
Yeah.
Comes back, and he's just still continuing to feud with or have storylines with just the Bucks. So you're wasting 2 years. Like the belt collector stuff was 3 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow, it was. Jeez.
3 or 4 years ago. So, yeah. I mean,
it was tail end of COVID because there's the famous sweeping silhouette. Yeah.
Right. So if you think about it that way, yeah, Kenny's been used wrong for quite a while. You keep putting him in things that don't matter and only bringing him back for matches and Forbidden Door. Like he feuded with the Don Callis family after coming back from all that.
He's still feuding with the Don Callis.
He's back. He's back tomorrow night. And
that's crazy to me too, because there for a while, Kenny Omega was kind of AEW's ratings booster. If they announced him on the show, they did better numbers. And they never really capitalized on that.
I mean, the show's built off his back. Like, if he doesn't have that match with Okada, I don't know that this company starts.
For sure.
Right.
Could be referred to by his full name, Kenneth
I
Omega.
think that's coming. That's definitely coming. I just don't know when.
JB says we've been complaining for so long that AEW tries to build their stories too quickly. Now we're complaining they take too long with stories. They need to find a happy medium.
Nope.
The ability.
Hangman's story has been building since the start of AEW, and it's delicious.
Yes.
I think what he was talking about was how we were saying that, Joe and Hangman are still going, and then Darby are still going. But like, JP, you're right to the point of the ability to know when to go left and when to go right is an art, and you either have it or you don't. Dusty had it. Gato had it in New Japan. Other bookers had it. Bill Watts had it. The instinct of knowing, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to do this. And being able to have like court vision, for lack of a better word, where you can look ahead of today and know in 6 months they're going to eat this up. And being able to know that is not easy, guys. You all know that. I mean, you can't, I don't think it's anything you can even learn. You either have the instinct, like knowing when to pass the ball, or you don't have the instinct. You just don't have it. And I think maybe, and again, I've said for a while now, it's Tony's company. You want to be the only booker, have at it. But, buddy, when something goes wrong, take it, learn from it, right? Because what else can you do? If you're not going to have and I know booking committee can be the death knell for any company if it's not managed properly, but if you're not going to have at least 2 other veterans with you who you trust, who are smart about this, then if you're going to do it all yourself, okay, but you have to understand that you have never wrestled before. And like, I know it's not required. I mean, I get it, but like sometimes it's kind of required. And I don't know, because you just don't understand. I mean, even the best coaches of all time at least grew up playing the game to some degree or loved it so much they studied the life out of it. I don't know. Maybe I'm off base.
And the innate sense of knowing storytelling too, and knowing, okay, we have reached our climax. This is the peak of what we were trying to do, and now it's time to move on. I mean, I thought the same thing at the last pay-per-view when Darby Allin made John Moxley say "I quit." I thought that was it between the two of them, and Hangman Page beat Joe in the middle of the ring 1, 2, 3 without any problems, and they continued on. I think it's because they realized after that was over that they didn't really have anything lined up to come up. I mean, they could have made something. I mean, you have Ricochet sitting right there. You got Bobby Lashley sitting right there. You got Shelton Benjamin sitting right there. You could have done something, but we're gonna
put Shelton Benjamin and Ricochet just forever war.
At the very least, the ending could have...
Keep going. Sorry.
At the very least, the ending could have been different. It didn't have to be a clean win. It could have been... Right? And then when they keep it going, you're like, oh, Joe's coming back because there's a reason to come back.
Well, at the very last second, kind of out of the eye of the referee, he could have grabbed the rope or something.
Yes.
I mean, you could go the other route and have Joe lose under win under mysterious circumstances in this cage match, right? But not really win.
It's for the belt, though.
Well, yeah, but you just do the thing where Joe had him beat, and then there's some shenanigans, right? Like,
see,
there's other ways to get to the same conclusion, but the whole thing is this is a problem with the writing in both companies right now. Is they're only focused on the main event picture. So they're only focused on that very top level. So everything underneath it, this is why you get in the complaints about one thing is going too long and other things are going too short, because everything's either in a holding pattern or we're just running through feuds to run through them. And that is, I mean, like I said, this whole Death Riders thing kind of started with the Roman Reigns tribe, right? Like the way they saw that was working and they're like, okay, we could do that. And they're kind of doing the same thing. It's not the exact same thing, but it is a booking ideology of let's book the very top and then everything under it, we can try to just do what we can do with it.
I mean, if we're talking about copying ideas, let's look at what Mariah May's doing. But
thank you.
I will say, I think that the writing for the women's division has been infinitely better than for the men.
Agreed.
If we're going to do that, which is something that I've wanted for a very long time, because there are so many talented women in that division who are just sat about doing nothing because there's only those two belts. And I'm like, well, yeah, but you can have other feuds that don't have to have a belt on them. You can just have blood feuds for the sake of pride, for the sake, for anything. It doesn't, for the same reasons that men have feuds unnecessarily.
Right.
Right.
I agree with that.
JP's point of you have one of the largest locker rooms, why not use it to your advantage and use more people for more storylines? I don't think number of storylines is the problem. I think the way they're being handled is the problem, because I think if you throw more on top, there'll be so many plates spinning, plates are going to get smashed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean,
it's also just because
the Nightmare family get smashed.
On one hand, we have them beating a dead horse, and then on the other hand, we have ADHD Tony, who just goes, "Oh, that sounds like a good idea. Let's do that right now." And then
that's how I tend to
we rush into it. Ooh. So,
and also the number of people.
Calm down, Tony. Calm down.
Having the most talented roster doesn't mean anything if you only have so many hours in each show. So you got to have important things for those people to do. In fact, if you have a large roster and you have nothing for them to do, maybe don't spend so much money on such a large roster. Would be my advice there. I'm sure whoever handles Tony's finances, the guy that calculates the EBITDA for this company, is like,
as a consummate professional player of Pro Wrestling Simulator on Steam, it's a fine balance between keeping everyone happy, keeping every story entertaining, and that. And I just think the men's stories, have kind of stagnated, but that women's Blood and Guts match sets up so much stuff going forward.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what the Battle Royale, your Royal Rumbles, your Gauntlet matches are supposed to do. They're supposed to set up stories.
Yes.
Preach.
For sure. Yeah.
I think they did it. Apart from the Death Riders one, because the only story coming out of that is that John Moxley is a whammer, and Pac is going to supplant him.
Yep.
And
Well,
then
that
he's gonna have sex with his wife
Gabe
while
Kidd
he makes
versus
him
Darby,
watch.
right? Gabe Kidd versus Darby,
Hmm.
and then
Yeah.
whoever attacked Mark
Ooh.
Briscoe. Like you got a couple of other stories that even after that match as well. They definitely treated both of these matches as like Royal Rumble. Let's build some stories coming out of it, and I appreciate that.
That's fair.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to mention, like you were talking about, having such a large talent and how to use them. What did y'all think about the whole Nixon Newell situation?
I couldn't care less.
Yeah.
Just okay. So if you're asking, it feels like, and this could be wrong, and maybe I'm the only one that took it this way. From a distance, not knowing these ladies and not being in the locker room when it happened, of course, from a distance, it felt like here's two pampered NXT folks who were used to having pieces of paper to read stuff from and set times and coordinates and schedules and blah, 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 and catering and blah, blah, blah. And they didn't get all that. Like when you get to another company, and you guys know this, you don't own that company. I'm sorry. It's when you show up for work, your first day of work, it doesn't mean you're getting a promotion your first day of work. It's your first day of work. Like you're going to lose. That's it. If I need you to lose, you're going to do whatever's best for the show, what I need you to do. And this idea, well, what losing in 3 minutes? I don't care. You don't have to be here. You don't want to do it. Go on. So they did. Like Tom Lawler, if you guys didn't hear his, he was on Wrestling Observer with Alvarez. Tom Lawler told a great story about working for AEW. It was fantastic. And he talked about, 3 minutes and he didn't complain. He didn't get pissed. And when they got to the ring, they cut it down to 2 minutes. He didn't say a word, kept his mouth shut, did his job. And they kept calling him for months after the fact.
Absolutely.
Kept bringing him back, kept booking him, kept having him do stuff. And I just think, again, I don't know who you think you are. Like,
as much as it pains me to say it, Chris Jericho said, "You are an actor in a play. A small role is better than no role."
Small role is better than no role.
Yes.
Unless that small role is filled by Chris Jericho, and then
I don't ever want to think about Chris Jericho's small role. Thank you.
Oh snap!
No, but from what there was one bit in the statement AW released where it's like they were free to leave whenever they wanted, and I was like, is everyone else held under armed guards?
My thing is, she was already complaining that she wasn't getting booked, and then you had this opportunity, and you walked out. Like that don't say a whole lot for you.
Well, on her Twitch stream, she said that's not what happened at all, and yet provided no evidence to the contrary.
And then her partner says something completely different, and I'm like, okay, which is it?
If you don't want to do
I thought
it, you
it
don't
was
want to do it.
funny how the Fightful report came out and said this and this and this, and she was like, "Don't believe everything you read on the internet." And then when she got on her Twitch stream, she pretty much confirms the Fightful Select report, and I'm like, okay, okay.
Yeah, I don't get that.
Yeah, if you get an opportunity, take it, no matter what they want you to do. Like, gives
Yeah.
you a chance to shine.
I kind of get their point because they had a match and then they did a promo and then I think they were going to get a bigger match, but was it Megan Bain's partner, whose name is escaping me right now, and I'm sorry.
Penelope Ford.
Penelope Ford, thank you. She got injured, and so they had to pivot, and you just got to lose again. Like it's fine. Like
Plus,
whatever.
not for nothing.
It's wrestling.
It's
not
wrestling. One, two, not for nothing. Oh, by the way, that Tom Lawler story, you guys got to go hear. Not only did he get paid, like he got paid more than he even should have been paid. That again, that's just you're a cog in the machine. I don't whatever.
Filthy Tom's kind of a different cat, though. Like,
He is.
I mean, he has experience in New Japan and has worked pretty much every independent scene you could think of. Like, I'm surprised that guy's not been signed somewhere because he's actually a pretty great wrestler.
He's so good. Yeah.
But
And
he
you
is
have
filthy.
to be a little bit realistic about where you are in wrestling too. And I don't mean that as a knock on these two ladies. I'm
No.
sure they're great talents and everything, but they're acting like they're Charlotte Flair or something. Okay, yes, if Charlotte Flair came in, you give her more than 3 minutes in a match.
I
But
wouldn't.
you're not. You're not, okay?
And you're not wrong, but to your point, if they did pitch Charlotte Flair, let's say it's Charlotte's in AEW, and they pitched it and said, "All right, here's what I'm thinking. Your first match you're gonna lose in 3 minutes, but stick with me. 2 months down the road, we're gonna be here." And if she said, "Oh my God, I freaking love that. Let's go." That's the difference between a pro and someone who got their feelings hurt. It sounds like, like I
It's
don't
someone
know.
that doesn't understand that it's not real fighting.
It's not real fighting.
By the way, Charlotte
way.
Flair is a lovely person to meet. So if y'all ever have the chance to meet her, she's
I
wonderful.
imagine she is. I just dislike her character so much.
I don't have the same hatred to Charlotte as Joe does. I actually think
I
she's
don't-
very,
I don't
very
either.
important for women's wrestling over the
I
past.
don't hate her
We-
as a person.
Alora and I have fights all the time on Peaches and Power Bombs about her. I love her to death, and she can't stand her.
I'm a
Well,
big
I'm like-
Charlotte Flair
I'm
fan.
like Joe. Her character and the way they book her, I get irritated by it. But overall,
And her
she's a
Tiffany
fantastic
promo was
person.
horrible.
That was the best thing I've ever
Yeah,
seen.
Tiffany destroyed her.
Oh, that was again. Hang that in the loop. That was.
Yeah.
I'd watch that promo whenever I'm a bit sad and go, at least my life's
That
not
was
this.
yeah.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yeah, that was. Woo.
Oh, it was brilliant. I love it.
And every time Charlotte says "woo," it sounds like she's going "woo." It doesn't even sound like she's doing it. You know what I mean? There's no soul to it.
You gotta
Like
do it from your diaphragm.
no soul. Don Simmons. Anybody get that reference?
Yes, good, nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I could
Yeah,
care less
just-
if I ever heard another Charlotte Flair
You
promo
know-
again. When she shows up for a big match, she puts on a good match. That's the most important thing.
That's fair.
There was that
Just
good
at the
bit,
end of
though,
the
when
day,
she-
you can't act like you're owed something. I mean, if you're Ric Flair, that's one thing, or Charlotte Flair, but you just can't walk in there and act like you're owed something because you pretty much sabotaging your career. What opportunity you did have, you kind of pissed it away.
Especially Nixon Newell, who has apparently been notoriously difficult to work with as well.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, where are they going to go? Like, here's the other thing: you're already been ousted from WWE, which is where you started at, and then you go to AEW and it causes trouble. So, like, now you've just increased your travel by tenfold. You're going to go work GCW,
You're gonna go work
CZW.
GCW, yeah.
You're going to be in JCW. You're going to be on JCW.
All that stinky panhandle. Yeah. Yeah.
MLW.
Which I'm not taking anything away from any of those independent groups, but like you already are on the biggest second show. Like,
Yeah.
I think you'll find that's TNA.
I
Can we
didn't.
talk about Santana losing his belt for a second, please?
What?
Oh, that's right. We got a
Yeah,
new world
that's
champion.
crazy. Lost to
Yeah.
Frankie.
Yeah, I saw that.
In a roll up, in the most TNA ending to anything ever.
Oh yeah,
I didn't
saw
see that. I didn't hear about it, and now I'm
Oh,
ticked.
Speaking
I'll
about
send you the
speaking
clip.
of
It's
No.
the most hilarious piece of wrestling
No.
footage I've seen.
I'm
There's a
about to
roll-up.
leave. I'm mad. No.
Oh, he goes to do like a rolling discus lariat and then goes, "Oh, my arm!" And then Frankie Kazarian just rolls him up and gets the pin.
After all of that,
it's-
after
it's
fighting
cinema.
to get it all year, after
Yeah.
fighting to get that title all.
And I think it's his first defense on television. And he
No.
loses it immediately.
is this
Yeah,
is this
NXT
Kaz's
did-
first TNA title though?
Yes.
I think yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then good. I don't care. Kazarian's deserved the TNA belt for a long time. That man's been out there grinding since like
Feels
what,
like stepping on
2010?
necks, though.
Super
Yeah.
nice guy. Met him in Vegas. Super nice guy.
Kaz is a great guy.
To the point of what we were just saying earlier, though,
Not Santana.
if what was pitched to Santana was, look, here's what we're going to do, but we're going here. And maybe the going here part is better than what's going to happen tonight. Do you know what I mean? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I mean he's gonna win it back, right? Like that's
Yeah.
not-
You better.
Yeah, especially
They've-
now that Joe Hendry signed with WWE, they're definitely gonna, have to.
Where have
I don't want to
been the
say
past 2
established
days?
because
you
Kazarian
just
is
say his
established,
name?
just so Santana.
that's
did.
beneficial for TNA for him signing with WWE because he had one of the worst TNA title runs I've ever seen.
Mm.
He spent most of his time in NXT losing And then when he was in TNA, he wasn't ever wrestling. He just
And like
had the title to have the title.
Everybody went to the defense of Joe losing to Orton. It was Orton, right? And talking about, oh, well, there's no shame. It's Randy Orton. Blah, blah. And I'm like, y'all don't get any of this, do you? Yeah, it's not about that. It's not about Orton. It's about that this company's world champion, this is what happened to him. And I'm like, that's what blows my mind. Well, there's no shame. No one, that's two different issues. That's confusing the issue. The real issue is this guy's holding the belt that on the belt it says world champion, and he's our top guy. He's going to go over here. Boom, he's done. He gets pinned. He gets pinned. That's the problem. I know this is, listen, just amuse me for a second. This is a much, much lower, simpler comparison here. But in the years past when I worked in companies behind the scenes, if there was a promotion, I was in a small town where I grew up, and we had a promotion that ran on the other side of town. It's one of those things. And they were scumbags. They would rip our posters down. This is real life. They go through and rip our posters down whenever we hung them. They talk smack. They try to keep people from coming to our show. It's real. Like, none of us were making a ton of money. I was almost cursed. No, none of us were making a ton of money anyway.
My job.
But like, the point is that if we had a guy, one of our guys, we were pushing as top guy. He was like an 18-year-old kid, but he was freaking awesome. And we knew every time he got put down there, they're going to job him out. You know why they jobbed him out? Because he was one of our top guys. And they did it all the time. They did it all the time. So eventually we had to have the conversation. Dude, I know you're just trying to get booked, but you understand it's 20 minutes down the road. Okay? You're being made to look like a piece of crap in their first match. We're booking you in our main event. And he was young and didn't quite, but like, we had veterans in the locker room going up to him and saying, look, man, they're not wrong. Like, it's the look is not good. You're lowering your credibility in this company that you're in tonight. You're lowering, because when fans find, and they will, they'll be like, well, how come down the road he can't win a match? So like, that's my long story. So I think there's two different issues.
I'm going to get on that for just a second.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have a problem with Joe Hendry losing to Randy Orton in the way he did, because it was on a big, blah, blah, blah. I do have a problem with him losing to every Billy Bob nobody on NXT. That was an issue. But I don't know. With Santana, this is their show. This isn't going to the, on WrestleMania and facing John Cena or Randy Orton or somebody. This is on their own show, and that upset me. I'm sorry.
Is he legit?
I have been dying for Mike Santana to win that TNA World Championship all stinking year, and that just upset me.
Well, he did.
Which,
so
I mean, he could
joy.
be hurt. I kind of heard that he might have been hurt, and that's why they did the way they did. But either way, he's going to pick it back up for Kazarian. And
they could have made the win better than him going, oh, my arm. Like,
well, they protected him though. He lost to a roll.
If you watch it, it looks so bad.
He can cut promos forever. Like that's a one-time thing. He builds.
I understand where you're coming from, but there is nothing you're going to say to make me happy about it.
I don't know.
I'm going to live in kayfabe land and be like, no, I hate this.
Also, Tom, I live in Manchester in England, and there's like 17 different wrestling companies that operate around here that all use the same talent. And I can see one guy losing a first match here and another guy winning a main event over here. And it doesn't matter because it's wrestling and I love it all. Like, it's not like it was back in the day. That's my main gripe with it, is that it ain't like that now. I know that person can be a heel over here, like a real proper rotter heel over here, and they can be the most angelic babyface 200 yards down the road at a different club. Like,
I think it matters a lot more when you're talking about a working television relationship, where the whole reason you're lending that talent out is to help the other company for some other reason, or to promote your own company, which is what Joe Hendry was doing for NXT at the time. And there's boosting their ratings. So like, by just having him job out to Randy Orton holding the title, like, that's bad for TNA. Like, why would you go watch that? I just watched Randy Orton, who's not been in the main event picture in like 5 years and has been injured mostly, beat this guy in 10 seconds. So everyone on that roster must be terrible.
Well,
but we got the say his name and he appears, didn't we? And that's what everyone wants about.
Fair,
it's all about TikTok now.
Well, to be fair, 20 years ago, this would have never happened. Imagine like AJ Styles got that opportunity versus John Cena when he was in TNA. But I think for Joe Hendry,
you keep saying his name
for people that are not familiar with TNA, him showing up on the biggest stage, like one of the biggest nights of wrestling in all year, for him to show up with that championship, that probably exposed the casual fan to a new, hey, I didn't know about this. Let me check it out. I think in this ways, I see what you're saying, but I think in this case, I think it did more good because, it exposed TNA to like this huge stage, and Joe Hendry got an opportunity of a lifetime. And, and I was going to say something else. Give me. Then too with NXT, which I'm okay with, but it's like, can TNA win some of the NXT stuff? Like,
no,
never.
Like,
that's what I was getting at.
No, not how the trade works.
The TNA people can't even be the captain of their own team.
Right, like
an NXT girl has to be the captain of their team.
Yeah,
like, what?
Do you remember WWE ID?
For the love of God, put Trick Williams on the main roster. I'm tired of him in the title picture. I love Trick, don't get me wrong, but he has been in the title picture so long, whether it's TNA, NXT, I'm just tired of it. Like, put him on the main roster. And apparently Obafemi is going to stay with NXT for a while because he showed up at the end Tuesday, and I'm like,
And NXT having this more televised on national TV show has not helped TNA either, because now they just send the people that need more development to be on TNA show. So you get a lot of people that are signed to NXT you've never heard of working like random tag matches on the weekly TNA show, and you're like, this NXT? And then you're like, why is this match even happen? I don't know. TNA's got its own set of problems. Some of that's financial. Some of that's
They're never going to send them up to main roster because they've got to use that time to have more bloodline people come out of the woodwork. Like, I think there's about 19 of them left according to the family chart that I saw at the thing.
There's a bunch of them.
Yeah.
I think that some of them might be infants, but I wouldn't put it above them. Like.
Not enough Haku in that bloodline is all I'm going to say.
You got B's 18. That's all.
I hate to go, but it is almost 5:40, and I need to go. But I know Tom is going to be upset for me doing this. But number one, congratulations on number 400 episodes. That's a huge accomplishment, no matter what you think. And I would not be here if it wasn't for you, Tom. So thank you for helping all of us build their brand and build their confidence in doing and just giving, being there and going, okay, you got this, you can do this. So thank you so much for all your help.
Of course. I appreciate you very much. Thanks for coming on today, Marie.
He's a jolly good
all right,
fellow.
everybody. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
Goodbye. Lovely to meet you.
That's right. You've never been on with her before, have you?
No, and that's how most of my dates end.
We build community here at Boink Studios, kids. What can I tell you?
I'm a married man.
Well, speaking of your family and everything, I just want to be married into the bloodline. Is that too hard to ask?
There's a lot of them, so you might have a chance.
I don't know.
You could already be. You wouldn't even.
You could already be. You don't even know. You know what I mean?
You can hang outside of Rikishi's wrestling school and maybe witness a crime.
Yeah, you never know.
What's the story? What's the story here? I've missed the story.
You don't remember Rampage Jackson's son? And
Oh, never mind.
Kishi's
Jeez.
wrestling
Come on, let's
school?
not talk about that because it's awful. But also,
That's
It's awful.
yeah.
He's in the Who Scout now, right?
Is he?
He was
He
arrested.
was
He was
arrested.
charged.
I
Yeah,
thought
he's
he
in the-
was
he's in the- he's in
held
the
pending
bars.
trial, which means in prison. Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, he's in prison.
I thought I
Shocker.
just assumed he was.
But
in
anyways,
prison.
there's a
That's
lot
a-
of blood. There's a lot of bloodline around that wrestling school. Is what I
In
was
Florida
getting at.
too. I'm
For
like,
sure.
gosh, I'm in the wrong place.
Well, Marie's got the right idea, kids. I think we're going to call it a day, guys. We ran around the horn at the
No.
beginning of the program, and everybody got the chance to push their podcast. Let's see. How can we switch this up? So, Alora, let's start back with you. Close the show for yourself, however you'd like to, whether it's your show or if you got a statement about your favorite match this week or whatever's happening this year in pro wrestling,
How
whatever
much
you
you
got.
love Tom Clark's wrestling.
I didn't put
main
that
event.
bit in. I didn't put that bit in.
You've just texted me now and said, make us say that.
That never happened.
Well, yeah, I'm right there with Marie. You know, you got us started in this, and I'm forever thankful because I think we're all better for it. You can find Marie and myself on Peaches and Power Bombs. We try to go on once a week, whether it's Tuesday or Thursday. We got some stuff in the works. Hopefully it all works out, and we'll bring it to you whenever. And also, don't forget to catch the tailgate party on our channel as well with Marie and Ray all day. And of course, our mascot. Where's my mascot? She's down here. I think y'all saw her a couple times.
What's the cat called?
Mina's our mascot.
Mina the
she
cat.
likes to show her butt, literally.
She
'cause
did
she
before,
thinks
and
she's-
I was like, you.
Yeah, so
Saucy little cat.
yeah, every time I say we're gonna go live, she's like, yeah, she's you want to say bye?
Oil up that butt, ready for the camera. Yeah.
Come on, let's say bye. Say
Hello,
bye.
Mina. Oh, she's beautiful.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yep, this is Mina. This is our mascot. So join me, Marie, and Mina once a week whenever we can, and we're gonna try to be more consistent. All right, get
I
down.
need to go and get a pet
And
very quickly.
yeah, so
I'll be on your show next Thursday as long as that day's working for everybody.
did she talk to you, Ray, about that?
Yeah, she told me about the Friendsgiving. Yeah.
Yeah. So I brought up the idea of the Friendsgiving episode. So yeah, we're doing that next week. And again, thank you for having me on. I had a blast as always. I enjoy
I'm free next
being on
week.
here, meeting new people, and just talking pro wrestling. It's wonderful.
Absolutely. Ray, what you got?
First, I want to thank you again, Tom. I mean, you've got me started into this. You got me hooked. You embraced me into the Boink Studios family like a newborn baby. So I thank you. You could catch me Mondays, 6 o'clock, Ray Sports and Slams. A lot of NBA, a lot of NFL talk. And Wednesdays at 4:45, you could catch me on the tailgate party with my partner in crime, Majestic Marie, AEW preview, I should say. And this week, spoiler, we're going to be talking about puppets. So get ready.
You only believe two puppets exist, so
No,
That's
we're going to have
true.
a big puppet
only
debate. So
puppets
you're
can
welcome
exist
to
at
join.
any time, like the yin and yang of puppetry.
Only talking about the band, the Meat Puppets. That's what's happening.
Oh, yeah, okay, I'm on board.
Joe, your turn, and you better not thank me for nothing.
I wouldn't give you the steam off my wee.
Thank you.
No. Again, Tom, thank you. 400 episodes is a tremendous thing for anyone to do in this day and age, in this economy.
We can
And
leave
Joe,
it at that.
you can find me on Damn It Vacant, which is a mostly wrestling podcast, but it's mostly Brit wrestling. So if that appeals to you as Americans, I also did a podcast called Hallmark of Greatness, but due to legal reasons, I've had to change the name of it because Hallmark were like, please stop using our name illegally. So we're now called Repeat or Delete. Find us on everywhere you will get stuff. YouTube, is where it's at. I also do stuff with Tom. Yep, those things that I can't remember. No, wait, it's coming back to me.
Bear Mode, a podcast review of the Bear.
Which is coming back soon after a very long break because of Tom's bronchitis.
Tom's got to get healthy.
And also Two Nations Under Ted, a Ted Lasso podcast, which honestly is one of the best things I've ever done. If you watch Ted Lasso and listen to that, I don't know, but it will unlock things in your mind.
If you ever need a guest on that show, I'm caught up on that whole series now, so I should get add value.
What, Ted Lasso?
Yeah, fantastic show.
Too late, mate. We finished it.
Yeah, we're done.
The new season starts.
The new season is going to be horrible. You can replace me, Ray. Like, I'm fine.
You're
with
not going to like it with the girl?
I just think it's going to be terrible. It's never as good when they come back, is it? I'm looking at you, Arrested Development.
They always get the blame when we talk about shows that shouldn't have come back. Chris, let's end with you. We started with you. You get the last word here.
Oh, I got to go out on the end. Well, congratulations on 400 episodes.
Thanks, sir.
First time I ever did a show with you was you coming on my show. So that's a bit of a change.
Was it?
Over the years. Yeah. I think Dane came and did your show and you came and did our show. So thank you for being such a great part of the wrestling community. You've actually taught me a lot. I used to cuss a lot more. Been able to tame that down a bit. But no, it's always fun. Thank you so much for having me, whether it's this show or 6M. Always feel welcome. So happy to be a part of Boink Studios. If you like Stephen King or Stephen King adjacent things, whether it's films, books, or movies, check out Bachman's Basement. And outside of that, it's the Patton Report. Talk about video games a lot about video games. This week's episode is about video games in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Some of my disappointments about it, some things I liked about it, all that jazz. And then next week, soon, be doing another show with Tom on the incredible AC/DC album, Dirty Deeds. Spoiler alert for everyone. And for whoever asked the question of Eddie Guerrero, what's his best match?
Havoc.
Hogs Wild, Eddie Guerrero versus Ric Flair, a young Eddie versus Ric Flair, and Ric Flair puts him over. It's a great match. Incredible. Go back and watch it.
Nope.
Yes.
Joe, you had a chance. You blew it. You blew it, Joe. All right.
Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry about
You're supposed to be more upset about this. I want you to be enraged.
I've got so many more questions.
Yeah, for Stephen King, I see someone posting that they love Stephen King. We just recently, coming out tomorrow, will be Needful Things, which is a wonderful book. And then the following week is a short story called Jaunt, which not a lot of people have read, but it's a really, really good sci-fi King short story. So check out both of those if you're into Stephen King.
I mean, I was already subscribed anyway, but now I'm excited.
Well, thanks, Joe. Thank you for being subscribed, sir.
All right. Well, guys, if you got to split, you got to split. I understand it's fairly late here, but
I've got last questions.
There you go. Kids, say goodbye to the guys, and I appreciate you, all of you, coming on again very much. And tell you what, in 2 years, episode 500. What do you think? Huh?
All right. That's not how time works.
I'm just saying. Yes, it is. Absolutely.
You got to switch it up and do one every day so that you can catch up to that guy you mentioned at the beginning.
I know, right?
Yeah, Alan Long Beans, however it was called.
I got to do one every 10 minutes to catch up with Marion. Good Lord. All right, kids. There you have it. We appreciate everybody coming on with us here today very much. And that was the cast and crew here of everybody that we know and hang out with and whatnot. So we appreciate them very much. And Chris said it best, and so did Ray. If you guys will go check out Boink Studios on the YouTube, we would very much appreciate it. And we are a podcast network, been going since 2014. We've got several shows. Tom Clark's Main Event that you're watching now, listening to later perhaps. Tom Clark's 6M Podcast. We also have Two Nations Under Ted Lasso Podcast, Bear Mode Podcast Review of the Bear, Ray Sports and Slams, and we also have Bachman's Basement and the Patton Report. So there you go. And hopefully I didn't forget any along the way. And we're probably going to be adding more shows as time goes on as well. So stay tuned for that. We appreciate you guys very much. It's been a long journey for me. 400 episodes. There's a lot I could get into here today. Maybe next week we'll get a little bit more into the specifics of where my head's at in terms of certain things. But this week, I just wanted to have fun and just enjoy the show and whatnot and have some great friends on. So I appreciate all you folks very much. Thanks, as always, for hanging out with us, folks. Here's to 400 more, and I hope all of you guys are out there along for the ride. Thanks again, as always, for following us on all the platforms and for supporting me and the show and all my friends and Boink Studios. Thank you very much, kids. Have a great weekend. Watch you some pro wrestling. And we'll see you next week, kids.